What's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm like really stoked because y'all know how much I enjoyed the Fatality and pretty much everything QP Design has put out. The Juggernaut, I got the Juggernaut, I got a couple of Fatalities. So I got a gold Fatality, I got the black Fatality, I got the Juggernaut. I didn't get the Juggernaut Mini, and now they came out with the Fatality M25, which I haven't seen. I don't think anybody has a review on this yet, so I know, right, Telly man? So we're going to take apart this thing and see. Take apart. We're not going to take it apart, but it does have some different features to it as opposed to the normal Fatality, where the normal Fatality, you got the half turn, you can pull the whole tank off and get access to your coils. This one's different. It actually unscrews from the base. The top cap is a half turn, but it's a clockwise half turn to take the cap off and then counterclockwise to lock it back down. So it's not like if you just keep turning it, it's open, close, open, close. You got a one-way deal, but it's still a half turn, which is pretty cool. They made this tank TPD compliant. They put a little adapter in there. I'm going to show you all that. Yes, I am feeling very much better today, Gailey. Thank you for asking. I felt bad last night, man. I was not with it. It was like, ugh. But today I'm better, and I got the Fatality on that M217 or X2, whatever the heck, X217 from Voopoo that looks like a G-Class, but is not, so whatever. But it's still vaping pretty good for right now. I'm just hoping that this Fatality has got every bit good flavor as the original Fatality did. Let me show y'all. Hey, Mike. Let's show y'all what's in this box here. So here's the presentation box for the Fatality M25. The original one was much longer, had a lot more stuff in there. On the back, you got all your specs here. I'll let y'all see that. 2 mil insert for the TPD tanks, 4 mil glass tank, 5.5 mil bubble glass tank, accessory bag, flathead screws, extra serial, O-rings, your serial number, blah 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 blah. So it's 25 millimeter diameter. So the airflow stopper. This is not. It's not a. The airflow is not a free spinning stopper. And this right here, this Ultimate Airflow insert, it actually has an insert which I'm going to show y'all inside. Here's what you get when you open this. Inside here, you have your authentication card. I guess mine was checked by Al, and then your serial number, which I have number 189. Nothing on the back there. QP Designs sticker. You actually get a vape band, which I doubt was made by Vape Band himself, but it's a vape band nevertheless. QP Design, which is pretty cool. Your bubble glass tank is here. Your accessory bag is over here, which basically you have your spare O-rings, a Allen wrench, and a flathead screwdriver. And then you got your extra post screws in there. I think there's 4. I see 3 right now, but I think there's 4 altogether because there's 4 on the tank. Why would they give you 3 spares? Ugly, ugly vape band. Is that what it is? Owl. So let's break out the star of the show here. Here's the tank itself. So this one compared to a normal size Fatality, you can see is quite a bit smaller. 25 to 28. That's the difference you're going to get here. So here they are next to each other. This is 296 and this is 189. That would be too funny if I got the same serial number on both tanks. Yes, this is an original. They don't have a clone of the M25 yet. They got the clone of the original Fatality, but this is brand new. So your top cap, if you look close here, you'll see a off-on up here. So this is actually, you turn it clockwise and then it comes off. It still has the same big kidney openings for your juice flow, but you put this down. You can't keep spinning it like you can on the original Fatality, so you have to turn this counterclockwise, which locks it into place. But it is a full half turn to go either way with this. You still have your 2 adjustable airflows down here that actually stop. They stop when you get them all the way open right there, so they don't keep spinning. Inside you have your little 2 mil or your TPD compliant Yeah, right, 25 millimeter. So inside you have this little TBD adapter dealy here. I'm going to see if I can get this tank loose again. Ugh. Man, this is on there. I will tell y'all, if anybody that's got one of these coming in, it is together very tight. Very, very, very tight. So this is your little TPD. Boom. It's gone. It's that simple. It's off. And I'm probably going to take and put the bubble glass tank on because I like more juice. And this bubble glass is the same height, so you're not losing anything height-wise. So that's a good thing. It may not look as pretty. You know, I don't know. Some people probably care, you know, want the straight glass instead of that that bubble glass. And I just I just made the top cap come off. There we go. And now I have to get the tank off. Let me see if I can do that. I did go ahead and lube up the O-ring so I can get to the build deck. I'll fix this in a minute. The bad thing about this being counterclockwise is you know, you turn this clockwise to make this come off, but when you turn it the other way, you can actually spin your tank loose. So you have to make sure this tank is on here pretty tight so you don't accidentally take this thing loose. You don't want to be doing that. So inside here, here's the actual build deck, which I hope focuses. Focus camera. But right here in the middle, you have a little Ultim insert that you can pop out. And it has a bunch of little holes in there for your airflow. And then you have your two airflows on the side. So it's similar to the it's similar to the normal Fatality, except they added this insert in here. So anyways, let me get my tenderfoot stand here. And I did go ahead and make some wire before the show, just so I could, you know, build on this thing real quick. Flathead screwdriver. Now, guessing at the length of the legs here is going to be a good one because you want this down close by the airflow, but you don't want it so close that it basically burns it. So I'm going to try to give this a guess. And I'm going to use a coily tool, and here's the coils. I made the legs really long so that I can, these are the ones I made earlier, so I can cut off what needs to be cut off here. So let's try over here so I can, yeah, this is going to have to go way shorter, way shorter. Let's grab a coily tool. Let's see, 5 millimeter I think is still going to be way too long, but I'd rather go too long so I can cut off some more. So we're going to go with 5 millimeter to start off with. Yeah, that's a little bit long. I still want to be able to bend this over towards the center, but I don't want it that long. So I'm thinking either 4.5 or 5. I mean 4.5 or 4. Let's go 4 millimeter. I think that'll get it. If not, I'll have to wrap some more coils. Yeah, that ought to be just fine right there at 4 millimeter. I still have enough room where I can bend that over, but it's not too low. Oh, you're all right, Talion, man. And thank you very much, sir. So we're going to take, and the same thing with the other coil, throw it in the coily tool, boom, and cut it at 4 millimeter. That way there's no double, you know, second guessing or anything about the sizes, and we're good to go. And I can't hardly see without my glasses, my goggles on, so I'm just guessing at these screws, guys. I'm just going to drop them both in there for now. Boom, boom, there we go. They're both leaning the same way. And then let me get my goggles so I can actually see what I'm doing. I would hate to screw this up. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to tighten these suckers down. I'm going to leave the Ultim insert in there because I'm thinking it's going to make it a little quieter as far as the airflow goes. Now, whether or not I keep that there, that remains a question. If, you know, I'll try it with and without. That Ultim piece is not the easiest thing to pop out anyway. You got to get like a knife or something really skinny and pop it out of there. It's not, you know, like has a little, doesn't have a little notch where you can just grab hold of it. So I'm leaning these towards the middle so that it gets airflow from the side and the center, but not touching each other. Make sure you have a gap so that these coils aren't touching each other. Those are pretty close to each other, but that way I get the airflow coming from the side here and the center. So now we have to heat this thing up. Let's go ahead and I'm going to pop the original Fatality off of this one, and we're going to check the resistance. This should ohm out around the 0.22, 0.23 range. That's, you know the length, find a part on the Addy to measure. Yeah, I know how to do that, DeMillan, but I never go by that because I don't end up using that exact number. Is this a new coil? Yes, it is. So we're going to just heat this up at 50 watts. And we're at 0.2 low right now. Why is that so low? Did I not tighten this side? It's showing 0.13, and I know I used Kanthal, not stainless, so I wasn't that blind. I can read the type of wire I was using. But we'll get these bedded in and see what we get. Where's all my ceramic tweezers at? I don't see them. Oh, there we go. Legentalion. Man, I'm really hoping that the flavor comes out of this like it does on the normal Fatality. Then I'll be happy with the whole purchase. There we go. Now we're starting to glow evenly. Maybe a couple more little hot spots we've got to work out. There we go. That's it. Straight from the center out, which is what you want. What is the mod? This mod is the Voopoo X217. Very, very similar to the G-Class. Here's the G-Class on the left and the X217 on the right. Even the side badges here that they put on here, I mean, come on. Now, this obviously lights up in the back. This is just a plain resin logo. But this one lights up in the front and changes color. You can turn this LED off, by the way, if you don't like it. So there you go. But the difference between this one and this one, besides this being a Yeehee chip and this is a Gene chip, this takes 21700s, 2700s, and 18650s because it gives you the adapters. This only takes 18650s. Obviously, this one's a little bit wider, so it can accommodate those 21700s. All right, now we need some cotton. And I use Muji, as always. Whatever your preferred wick is, hey, go for it. This looks like it has the same type of juice wicking hole there. So we're going to go with the same good old damn bent build method on this. And hope that I don't get any leaks or anything, which I usually don't. So we're going to go with that. I peel the outside layer off the Muji. I don't like that pattern they put on the outside. I'm sorry if I'm not on camera here. I'm going to try to be on camera. Alright. A lot of times on most of these RTAs, you can pretty much cut the cotton right at the base of the Addy, and it's going to fit into these holes really good. Oh, yours won't be there till... I'm sorry, JR Biker. Hey, you know what? At least you'll get to know if it's good or not. You really don't even have to guess it's going to be good because you know it's going to be good. It's going to be a great tank. I'm biased. I really like everything QP Designs has put out, so I don't know. The Fatality, to me, I still think is a #1. You know why the Fatality is not rated really high by reviewers right now? Because they didn't get one for free. Just saying. This Addy brought to you today, courtesy of my wallet. Thank you very much. I just don't get that, man. If they don't get it for free, it's not getting reviewed. That's not right. I don't think a company should have to send you their products for free. Now, I do agree that what reviewers do is hard work. I completely understand that. But sometimes, you know, if there's something out there that you like, you may have to spend some money on it. And I don't mind spending money on stuff. You know, it's like, oh my God, that tank is amazing. I don't expect this company to send me one, so I'm going to buy it. And that's what I did. Right now, if you are looking to pick up one of these, QP Design is sold out. But if you look up Sub-Tank Supply, they still have, I do believe, 17 black ones and 6 stainless steel ones left. They are $75 on that site. They are not going to be one of them $30 Addies that you go and pick up, but the quality on these things are second to none. So I don't mind paying for quality on stuff. Do not mind at all. I think with Fatality, when I got those, it was one of the best purchases I ever made. So thank you, DeMillan. It's not like, you know, I would rather buy a little bit more expensive Addy than buy a cheap one that's going to sit on a shelf. How about that? That's the way I feel about it. Why not spend a little bit more money on one that you know you're going to enjoy? Look at that. That is pretty right there. So I'm going to use my favorite juice, which just happens to be Nilla Nuts over at higgycigs.com. Check that out. This is a vanilla hazelnut custard. This is my all-day vape. Created by a great friend of mine, Bill Hubbard. I mean, ever since I tried this juice, man, it's hard for a lot of vapors to find their all-day vape. This is it for me. I've vaped this so long now, years and years, and I've never gotten tired of it. Never. It's just one of those things. You know, there's some juices you can try and you're like, oh, this is great, and for about 15 minutes, and then you're like, I don't like it so much now. But this one I just never get tired of. I'm going to bump this cotton up just a little bit. I just want to dam the top of this. I'm not trying to fill up this hole down here. And it's going to be really easy to back this off. That's why I get it that far down in there, so I can just back it up a little bit. And I'm really soaking these wicks down. I don't like that fresh cotton taste. So I usually burn my cotton in a good few times before. It's not that way on RDAs, but on tanks, I like to do it a few times because once you close the tank up, it never seems to get that cotton taste out for a while. So I like to burn them in before I put the tank back together. Okay, there we go. Now I got the cotton way back up towards the top. It is filling the juice reservoirs here completely. You want that. You don't want, if you have that not full, you're going to get a flood. You don't want the flood. And man, I can't wait to see what QP Designs comes out with next. Whoever thought up the design on the Fatality, man, that is one of the easiest tanks to build on ever, and it just vapes really good. I'm going to have to crank up the wattage on this, but that's all right. 50 watts just is not enough. Now we're... Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even looking at the ohms. I'm showing 0.19 right now. I was looking at some other value. I don't even know what value that is. Ooh, that's too high. 75 watts. Right now we're showing 0.19. Should be around a 0.2 something. I think once I burn these in really good and make sure that I get everything tight, which I'm going to double check right now. It's going to go up just a little bit. Tight, tight, tight. Is it a new coil? See there? Oh, there we go. 0.22, which is exactly where I said it should be, and that's where it's at now. I just had one screw that was a little bit loose, just a little bit. Yeah, I was worried when it was showing too low of an ohm because I know what this thing is supposed to do, so it's like, that ain't right. So once you get to this point, I'll do it one more time. Like I said, I don't want that cotton taste. Make sure you don't let your plastic nozzle touch these coils if they're hot, or you will be vaping plastic, and that tastes terrible. Terrible, terrible. There we go. That's good right there. Pop this top back down, screw it down. And then I'm going to just half turn this. Now we can fill this thing up. 5.5 mils for the bubble glass. That is pretty much full right there. This is so weird getting used to counterclockwise to close it though. That's going to take some getting used to. Alright, back to the main screen. And that's the main reason I came on today, because like I said, I don't see any reviews of the Fatality. Why did it go back to 50 watts? Okay, I see what it's doing. When I told it it was a new coil, it tries to estimate your desired wattage, but no, I vape this at 75 watts. And my juice flow, I better make sure that's open, huh? Alright, I'm not going to open the juice flow all the way. Usually on the Fatality, I only open it maybe a quarter of the way, because any more than that, you're wasting juice. I've never had a dry hit off a Fatality ever. And when you open it up all the way, it seems like you use more juice than you normally would. So why not bump it down a little bit? Alright, here we go. Come on, Fatality, be good. Wait, let me turn my airflow down just a little bit. Got to have this thing all adjusted right before. That's a little bit quieter, not much. Oh, okay. Okay, that is very saturated, flavorful vape, without question. Now, that's because I loaded this thing up with juice. We're going to see how this does after, I get the original squirt off of there, because you can't really judge by that. I want to see if it dries out on me. Oh my God, it is getting better and better and better. Okay, QP Designs has not let me down once again. This is going to be a really good Addy. And instead of it being 28 millimeter, it's 25 millimeter, which a lot of people were like, oh, it's such a big tank, it won't fit on my mod. Well, here you go. Now you got this one. Get you an M25, and you can make it fit on a lot more mods that it wouldn't fit on before. And still get that great flavor. Oh my goodness. Is it better than the Fatality? That's the big question. Is it better? All right. I'm going to get the original Fatality, which has the same juice in there. Will it leak if you take the top fill off? Well, DeMillan, this is the way I see it. If you have it dammed up correctly, it shouldn't flow, but it's almost like, say you poke a hole in the bottom of a gas tank and then you put a hole in the top. If you have a hole in the top and it lets air come in, it's going to flood out the bottom. So I imagine it would. The cotton should stop it, but technically speaking, if you open the top like that to let air down through there, it's very possible you might get a leak. Right now, there is not a drop. Not a drop. But we're going to see. The vapor production's off the chart, man. That's freaking crazy. Okay, let me get the other Fatality. And I'm trying to get, the same airflow setup. If you look at my black one, you'll see my bigger black one. The regular Fatality. I have it cut down. And I did the same thing on this one, so that it's about the same. So let's see what we get here. This needs to be turned up a couple notches, because I had a different tank on here. So there we go. Same wattage, same everything. Woo! Okay. This is what I'm getting right now. The smaller one has the same flavor, but I'm still getting that cotton taste. Even though I burned them in a couple times, I think after I vape this for a few minutes, it's gonna be freaking. Yeah, I'm guessing that too, JR Biker. The flavor is definitely there, but I'm still getting a little bit of that cotton taste. But I think that the cotton taste is gonna go away here in a minute. It has that same nice clear drip tip that they put on the top, same as the regular Fatality. It looks almost wider at the top. I don't know if y'all can tell that. The 25 is here. It looks a little wider than the regular Fatality drip tip. Oh, I thought I had juice. I was like, man, it better not be leaking. Wow. I mean, there's no question that that's damn good. Oh, we're just going to vape on this a minute and see how good it goes. Hello, King Cobra. We are vaping on the Fatality M25, the newest tank by QP Design. I have all the original Fatalities. I got the Juggernaut. I never got the Juggernaut Mini. Maybe that was my fault. I should have did that. But how was the build deck? The build deck speed triple is just as easy as the normal Fatality. Now the tank doesn't pop off as easy. Before you fiddle with this thing for 2 hours trying to figure out how to get the tank apart, it does unscrew. It's going to be very tight when you get it. So I suggest once you do get the tank apart, put some e-juice on that O-ring. If you don't put e-juice on the O-ring, you're going to play hell getting this thing apart again. So always when y'all get new tanks in, juice up the O-rings. If you don't juice them up, it's going to lock down tight on you. You're going to have a really hard time getting it loose. If you do get it loose, you're probably going to snap your O-ring. Luckily, they give you spares, but you don't want to break your O-ring on a brand new tank. You don't even want to have to replace that. So juice that thing up right off the bat. Right now, this is like flavorful as a mofo. There's no. I probably still have juice on there from where I first filled this thing because it's cloudy in here. Wow. Whew, I don't want to get nicked out. That's a lot of vapor. That's a lot. I did pick up something else for those of y'all that are looking. If y'all like old mods, some people like the old school mods. You know, do y'all remember the Sigeli 150 temperature control mod that has that nice curve in it? Well, if you are interested in something like that, I actually picked one up because I really enjoyed that mod back in the day. This is the blue version of the Sigeli 150 temperature control mod, which I would show you my old one, which I haven't read, but it's packed away. These are $29.99 with a 20% off coupon code over at Wet Vapes. Go check it out. There's a lot of mods they have on there that are actually a lot cheaper than you can find them anywhere else. Plus, you get 20% off. So, if you're looking to pick one of these up, I don't know what 20% off $29.99 is, but there you go. They have like a 2-day shipping. So, can you pull the deck off with it full of juice? DeMillan, that would be probably a no. I mean, it might. You just want me to spill juice everywhere. Yes, I'm feeling so much better today, Timekeeper. Thank you. This is not like the normal Fatality. I mean, it does close the juice flow off. But I'm going to try this. If I spill juice everywhere, just saying. It's off. There's the build deck. because it closes your juice flow as you turn this off. So basically, this is a solid tank. So there you go, with no leaky. And you can see that cotton is fully saturated right there. That's what you want to see. You don't need any dry spots on your cotton or anything like that. It's $6 off. Thank you, RJ. Yeah, you can still take the you can still take the tank off, put you some new cotton in there, not lose your juice. I'm not even leaking a drop, guys. Not a drop. So that's pretty cool. It may not have that bayonet style connector, but the screw on honestly is not bothering me at all. Once you get it fully tight, it starts to open your juice flow again. Boom, there you go. I'm going to cut it down a little bit, and that's it. Turn it upside down. It what? Saint, you're very welcome to Millen. They did put a little more juice on the coils. I just got a pop. But it didn't go into my mouth, which is good. Man, that is very flavorful. Very, very flavorful. I ain't lying. Very nice saturated vape. I like that. The only reason that I'm getting maybe slightly better flavor out of the original is this juice has been sitting here a while. The coils are already broke in per se. Plus they have that bark on my coils. And after I get that flavor just boom. All right, see you, Speed. Yeah, the Fatality clone, hey, you know, RJ, normally I wouldn't say, hey, go out and buy the clone. But since you can't buy the original Fatality anymore, if all you can get is a clone, by God, get the clone. The clone is, they did a really good job on the clone. But I'm a big fan of the company, and I think that buying an authentic from the people that make it is the way to go. Sometimes it's not best money-wise to do. You know, there's some mods out there that's really expensive. I mean, not really expensive, but like just say the G-Class. If you wanted something that looks like the G-Class but don't want to spend that much money, then there you go. Voopoo X217. Similar, but not the same. Not even the same Yeehee. It doesn't even have a Yeehee chip in here, so don't think that. But it does have wallpapers and pretty lights on there if you like pretty lights. Woo, less than $20 shipped. That's a good deal, RJ. That's a good deal. I honestly would want to buy more just to have more fatalities because I use that tank more than anything. This thing never leaves. The only one I don't use a lot is the gold one, and because the gold one you can't even get the clone in gold, and I have a pretty gold drip tip on there with gears in there that which is not showing up worth a damn on camera. Let me see if the build cam will show it. There you go. It's got watch gears in there. I love that drip tip, and it just matches this tank really well. So I wish they had a clone in gold, but no clone in gold. Clone is only black and silver, as far as I know, unless they change something. They go, oh yeah, let's just let's make a gold one now. They might. Every once in a while I'm getting a crackle, but I do think it's just, maybe I can turn my juice flow down even more. Usually it's too much juice on your coils. Is there any play? Timekeeper, I'm happy to report there is not a speck of play in this. Where the original Fatality on the billet style, you could basically almost rock it just a little bit. This one does not move at all, at all. I'm going to try what y'all said a minute ago about taking this tank off and turning it upside down. I'm scared to. Oh, I got some. Yeah, that's going to leak. Well, that's, you know what? That juice is up. Let me make sure my juice flow is all the way off. The juice flow is completely open. That's why it's leaking. The juice flow opened up somehow. I don't know how that happened when I was turning it, but I did. Now we're going to get leaking because I got my juice flow open. I don't know how that happened. Usually when you turn it like that, the juice flow, yeah, I spilt some. There's no lie there. So you got to be careful when you go to take this tank out and make sure that the juice flow closes all the way. Let me see if I can make sure that that does that this time. I swear that looks wide open. Yeah, you don't want to flip this upside down. There's nothing to stop it. So if you turn this the other way, it's going to pour. It's going to pour. You see the holes right there? It's going to pour out of that. So as long as you keep it upside down, you're okay. But the actual stopper is the metal right there. So if you take this off, there's nothing to stop it if you turn it upside down. So don't do that. The more you know. I thought it had its own individual stopper inside the tank, but no, it does not. So the actual inside of the tank is where it closes off the juice flow. So don't turn it the other way. There we go. Back to business now. At least it wasn't like vaping with Vic leaking. Yeah, it wasn't a really bad leak, but it was enough. I turned it upside down. You'd think it would have just poured out, right? It didn't pour, but it came out. It came out. Yeah, same as other tanks. Same as the original. There you go, Kuka. Yep. I mean, look at the vapor production I'm getting off this thing. It's ridiculous. I really want to play with the airflow some more. Let me turn the airflow all the way open and see what happens. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, TTG. That's exactly right. Why didn't I think of that? Thanks for helping me refresh my memory there. Oh my gosh, this room is so cloudy right now. You just can't. I don't know, man. For what you get from these tanks, and you can buy all these smoke baby tanks and Prince tanks. If you don't like having to make your own coils, I completely understand. But if you're a builder, you like making your own coils or buying pre-made coils, either one, I don't think you can touch these Fatality tanks. Whether you buy the big one, if you can find, well, the clone, I guess, or you buy this M25, which, like I said, they don't have many left over at Sub-Tank Supply. They're 75 bucks. You're probably not gonna. I can't see you finding a better tank than this. This is really good. I do want to try this later on without that insert in there. All I'm thinking, that insert is directing the airflow up at the coil in multiple spots instead of just one big wide airflow, which is actually going to just probably make it so much airflow. It's ridiculous. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Whit. Hey, why not? Dude, if you don't have a Fatality at all, what are you waiting on? Seriously. And like I said, I'm not paid by QP Design. They did not send this to me for free. This is courtesy of my wallet. I just know that they make a damn good product, and that's what I vape on 90% of the time. What's up, Howard? I know I should be playing Blackout right now. Damn. No, I got stuff to do around here. I just want to keep chain vaping this thing to make sure it's not going to dry hit or anything like that, but I don't see that happening at all. I'm actually getting nicked out. Woo! I don't need to nick myself out. Yeah, this tank here, man. Woohoo! For a 25 millimeter tank, this thing puts out like crazy. The airflow rings move way easier than they do on my regular Fatality. Now, maybe because my regular Fatality is older, but these are really smooth. You're responsible. You are responsible for that. Ooh, the Fatality or the Glass? You know, DeMillan, that's a great question. The Glass V2 I've been wanting to pick up, and the main reason is this. Anytime I've had an RDA that had a glass top cap, it always gave me a sharper flavor. Not really that much a better flavor, but a sharp, crisp flavor to it. So since the glass has basically a glass chimney, I think it's going to have a really sharp, increased amount of flavor. Have I tried? Yes, I have tried the clone version of the TBD. Yeah, I tried a clone TBD. It wasn't as good as the original, but no. A clone version of the Fatality. David over at e-cigs and Jen both have the clone version of Fatality. I tried it. Damn good tank. I can't fault it. They did a really good job at cloning it. Same billet connector. Everything about it is the same. The only thing I noticed on the clone, you might get a little wobble at the top of the tank. This one barely moves. I don't think. Yeah, the Boreas is good for what it is. But it's definitely less airflow on the Boreas than the Fatality. The Fatality is easier to build on without question. It holds more juice. There's just a lot of things about the Fatality. I do have a new mod, Howard. Yeah, I know you're not familiar with a lot of these mods, but this is a SX Mini G-Class, okay? SX Mini G-Class. This mod is about 219 bucks. You can find it cheaper somewhere. But I picked up another mod yesterday. This is the Vupu X217, which you can tell these look pretty similar to each other. This one obviously is a lot cheaper than this one. The G-Class has, if I could point to the right one, the G-Class has a joystick and the 217 does not. And the 217 has a pretty rainbow LED that goes around. This changes colors, which you can see it changing colors there. Or you can turn that light off. How do I like it? So far, it's been good. So cool. I never got my batteries. Yeah, this mod. Yeah, this this mod is not cheap. This one lights up in the back where it says SX Mini. How's the 510 on the 217? The 510. Obviously is not the same as the G-Class. If you want to look at the two 510s, they're very similar, but the G-Class is this one and this is the X217, but they both have really nice stainless 510s on there. I don't think that there's going to be any issue out of this 510. It is spring loaded just a little bit. It's a really tight fitting on that thing, tight spring I should say. If it's even spring. Every time I go to put a tank on here, it asks me as a new coil. Every time. Which is great. I like that. And then it automatically bumps your wattage down to the recommended. Now these batteries are almost dead. I don't know if y'all can see that. They're literally on their last leg. I'm gonna have to recharge these. They weren't fully charged last night, but I've been vaping it all day today. And most of last night, so that's not bad for two 21700s. And my airflow is turned off. That's not good. Let me get this back open. Turn one of these a little bit less than the other one. My juice flow is way open. There we go. Now we're right. Your new addiction. What do you got new addiction of, Jazzy? Oh, the billet box. Oh, you know what? When you showed me a picture of that and it said billet box, I thought that was a sticker. I didn't realize that was the actual screen. That's pretty cool. My only problem with going back to the billet box is that's such a tight draw. I have one of the old original ones. Nice, Munchkin. See, you can build it. Yeah, he has an expensive edition. Oh, cool. Nice, Whit. You got free shipping because you spent 150 bucks. I guarantee you that Sub-Tank Supply is going to run out of those things fast. Once people see either this video or they learn about the Fatality. Now, like I said, a lot of the big reviewers aren't even going to get these because they're going to be gone. Yeah, there's only 5 stainless left and 16 black. So there was 17 black and 6 stainless. So I think Whit ordered both of those. Yeehee is back to the drawing board with the X class. Oh, wow. This thing, man. There's no denying this thing is putting out. I'm going to go ahead and stop vaping on this because the batteries are almost dead. I don't want to run them completely empty. I'm going to break out the Titan and put it on there, which this tank is going to look a little bit smaller on there now because this is a big mod. I have to be careful because you can turn the airflow on this so much easier than the normal Fatality. So this is vaping at 84 watts right now. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with the 25 at all. The main big difference that I could tell you, if anything, is the tank doesn't half turn pull off. You have to unscrew the tank. Other than that, it's freaking great, dude. It's got every bit as flavor as a normal Fatality does. Every bit. And just a saturated vape. Even with me turning the juice flow way down like that, it's still very saturated. No dry at all. Oh, happy birthday, King of Hell. In American time? In American time, it's your birthday. It was your birthday yesterday in UK time or something? Yeah, you know what? I'd rather Yeehee go back to the drawing board and redo the X class instead of releasing something that is half butt, you know, half ass. Why not get it right the first time you release it instead of going, man, we released this thing and it's got so many issues. We're going to be refunding all these people. You know, why do that? Get it right, then release it. I mean, we can wait. We can wait. Because it'll be like the first true auto squonk device out there. I mean, you got the Delta, which is just a push button, but you still have to push a button. On the X class, there's no button pushing. It automatically feeds the juice, which I wouldn't think that would be really hard besides just a software change. You know, instead of it saying dry coil, it would just go, yeah, the coil's dry. Let's send some juice up there. That's all you got to change. Instead of it flashing on the screen to say dry coil, send juice. As long as you buy blue, you know you can sell it. I know, right? That spade I got from Jazzy. Here it is. This thing is pretty. I like this. Vicious Ant spade. With a Yeehee SX485J chip in there. And then the Radius RDA on top of that. Good stuff. That blueberry cake that Glass makes is freaking good. And it says sugar glazed on there. I guess so. Well, I don't want to stay on too long. I mean, I might stay on a couple more minutes, but I'm going to get off here. I got way too much. Does the M25 have that crazy amount of airflow wide open? Like, I love that giant airflow. With it does. If you turn the airflow all the way open this thing, it has the same airflow as the regular Fatality. Do not even doubt that. Yeah, they're almost identical to each other as far as the airflow goes. I have them both turned down a little bit. You can crank it all the way open, but they're like spot on. I can't tell the difference. So if you like that airflow, you're not gonna be like disappointed with this one. Man, and the juice level is still way up there, guys. It's not even burning through juice like I thought it would. As much as I have vaped out this room, it's not moving the juice level at all. QP Design does it again. Does not surprise me. I like that they put this product may contain nicotine, or contains nicotine. That's huge. I don't know why companies have to put this. It doesn't have nicotine in it when it's brand new, so why do they have to put this on their packaging? It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it can contain nicotine later, but not when it's brand new. I just don't get that. It does have the classic "Don't vape in a bin" on there. Don't vape in a bin, and the recycle logo over there. Oh, I didn't read the fine print under that. It says, the above warning only applies when it's been filled with e-juice liquid containing nicotine. Okay, now it makes sense, but you got to put this really big and then this in the fine print? See you, Legend Talion. Thanks again, bud. M25, go get it. That's all I'm saying. Damn. What can I complain about? Nothing. I mean, especially with brand new coils on here, brand new cotton. It's good to go. I can't wait till this actually soaks in and gets that nice bark on there. And I don't know why. I like dirty coils. I like vaping dirty coils. They taste better. I get more of a sweetness out of it. Yeah, it doesn't have a label about seizures, thank God. This is a much smaller box than the original. I don't think I have my original box handy, but it was way longer than this one. Way longer. Nope, I've already packed it somewhere. Oh well. Or original ones, I should say. I don't throw away the boxes, though. I keep all these boxes, so this will actually go in the collection with the rest of my boxes. Is the X217 all on pre-order? Oh, Sue, I don't know. I actually went and picked this up at my local vape shop. I do believe, hey TVP, I do believe that somebody was telling me where they were selling the X217 dirt, like way cheaper than I paid for it. I paid a lot more money than most people would pay for a Vupu mod. TVP, get the M25. If you're just tuning in, here it is here. It's every bit as good as the original Fatality. No question, dude. This thing freaking... The main big difference between this one and the original, number one, it has an Ultim piece that you can take out for the middle airflow, and the tank itself unscrews instead of the half turn. Now, the top cap is a half turn, but it's clockwise half turn, and it comes off, and then it's counterclockwise to lock it back on. That's it. Other than that, I'm going to get it, bro. Trust me. Hey, I don't blame you, dude. I mean, as good as these were, I mean, these are original Fatalities. It's a no-brainer, dude. QP Designs, I mean, everything they've put out, the Juggernauts, the Fatality, the new M25, everything I've gotten from them has been freaking just amazing on flavor. And cloud production, this thing is no joke. Very, very saturated vape. Very saturated. They have it in blue? Well, damn, I didn't get the X217 in blue. I still think that the X217 looks so much like a G-Class, it's pathetic. Just mainly the sides. I mean, come on, with the badge, just like a G-Class. I mean, the little metal on the side. Come on, man. The bottom doors both have a flip open. Now, I know the G-Class has a light in the back, but this one has a light in the front, so, Oh, they are definitely changing the game on RTAs, TVP. I cannot find an RTA out there, and I know y'all are like, well, you know, you got the intake. Intake's great. Got no problem with that. The Zeus X, great RTA. But for me, The Fatality is still my number one, man. It's probably going to be the number one forever just because of how good the flavor is and how easy it is to build, take apart the tank, take off the top cap. Everything about it is easy. It was well thought out. I wish I would have come up with it, but I didn't. Oh, there you go. DeMillan just posted a link. Vapor DNA is having a big sale. And like I said, Wet Vapes, if you want to look up for some old mods, if you go over to Wet Vapes, they have 20% off right now. I got the old Sigelli 150 temp control. They're $29.99 with 20% off that. So this is an old mod, but hey, these old Sigellis were good. There you go, TVP. Thank you for somebody else believes that what I do about the Fatality. It's freaking off the chart. It really is. And I didn't see anybody post a review on this thing yet, so I figured, you know, since I got it in today, this isn't really a review, but it is a first look impression, and I already know it's going to be good, so it's like, you know when something's going to be good, you know, you're just like, yeah, it's good. Oh my goodness. There you go, DeMillan has a link for them. I don't know what the coupon code is, but I can get the coupon code if y'all would like. It's in my email. Let me tell y'all what the coupon code is. And let's see, the coupon code. Ship 20% off everything. So that's everything. And the coupon code is AP4. Apple Paul 4. So I'll put that in chat. That is a coupon code at Wet Vapes to get the 20% off. I do believe that sale's still going on. It doesn't have a date. Oh, good through... What? Okay, maybe that's wrong. That doesn't make sense. The date is... It says February 14th to February 22nd. Do I have the wrong email? They have 90% off their clearance section. All the dates of their emails say they're valid through 2/22/19. That's not right. Okay, their email is screwed up. Because that 20% off everything, I got that email 3 days ago. And it says that it expires 2/22. That is not right. Alright. I'm done here, guys. I appreciate everybody coming out. And like I said, the M25, they have a few of them left over at Sub-Tank Supply. Go pick you up one over there if you like. But you won't go wrong getting this tank. I will catch you guys real soon. Y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Peace. Have a good one. As soon as it lets me click on my thing to turn the broadcast off. Come on. It won't let me do it. Okay, well, it's just stuck.